This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Good morning to all of you.
Hey.
We
missed you. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. I really did. I'm so glad to be back, and I'm glad I missed all of you, America.
How's the family?
Missed you. Family is good. And it's good to be with them.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
Things are good, but it's always good to be around them. As you know, when people have chronic illnesses, stopping in all the time is important.
It's important.
It really is.
Good for you, Tor.
Thank you. All right. Welcome to DBL. The holiday season has officially begun, and for millions of folks, that means more cookies and sweets. Let's be real, a few extra pounds. Okay? There's a huge new study out revealing which weight loss drug is the most effective. So here to break it all down for us, we've got the one, the only, Dr. Coley.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Doc?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
I was grateful for you over Thanksgiving, all of you,
Oh,
my
Dr.
DBL
Coley.
family.
Well, we're grateful for you too.
Absolutely.
Yes, we
You
are.
integral to
Yes.
this panel.
Okay, so we need your help because there is this new fuddy.
We do need help.
We need your help in more ways than one. So this new study says that one is more effective than the others. So tell us about that.
Yeah, the weight loss drugs have taken over the market. Everyone wants Ozempic and now this Mounjaro. So what this study did is it took 18,000 patients who were already on these drugs and it compared them. And it tried to match people so that it was similar types of patients that they were comparing and said who lost more weight and who lost it faster.
All right.
And
You have the answers?
Yes, Mounjaro.
Really?
Yes. So people on Mounjaro were 3 times as likely to lose at least 15% of their weight. And they lost it faster. And the good news, they didn't seem to have more side effects.
Interesting.
So to me, as a cardiologist, of course, the weight loss is very exciting. But now we know that these drugs prevent heart attack and stroke. So my question is Mounjaro going to be better at preventing heart attack and strokes than Ozempic, which we already know does?
Wow.
And, you know, Ozempic only hits 1 receptor, Mounjaro hits 2. We now have one coming that hits 3 receptors that we'll get more data on next year. We also have a pill form of these drugs coming.
Wow.
So obesity
I think that's
medicine.
going to be a game changer.
This is huge.
Well, what happens to like Ozempic and then the second place, the next best thing? Does everybody jump ship and go to the new one?
Well, you know, for some people it may make sense to jump ship, and you should talk to your doctor about whether that makes sense if you've hit a wall with the Ozempic. But I don't want to say that Ozempic is not a good drug, because it's an excellent drug. But if you feel like you're not getting enough weight loss or there are other goals you need to achieve, it may make sense to switch. So this is opening up the world of obesity medicine, giving us now not 1 but 2 good options, possibly 3 by next year. And again, guys, I can't emphasize this enough, really an acknowledgement by the medical profession that obesity is a disease, that we have now medications for it. It's not you being lazy or being unmotivated.
Well, I mean, Doc, it's still not lost on me that you sat on this panel like a year ago and you were talking about this weight loss drug, and I thought you were going to just eviscerate
Me
it.
too.
You were like, it works. And here we are a year
too.
later, and you're talking about there are 3 or 4 different forms of it. So I'm excited. So now that we have possibly even a pill for weight loss, what's up with like a pill for exercise? Are they even thinking about that and making your body feel the effects of exercise?
That's interesting.
All right.
Other than steroids.
Dr. Jackson, I'm going to eviscerate this pill.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it, 1 for 2? You know?
Good.
There is no replacement for good old-fashioned exercise. So for over 20 years, people have been trying to get a shortcut to exercise and trying to actually have the changes in your muscles, in your skeletal muscles that are induced by exercise happen with just taking a pill. But what about all the other amazing changes that happen in your body? Your mental health, your physical health, your sleep, your immune system. You can't replicate those. It's sort of like saying that you can be in a relationship with a robot. Yeah, it might always say the right thing. It might bring you coffee in the morning,
Yeah,
but it doesn't replace all the other things.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
For
So
some,
Black
maybe
Mirror.
it does.
Look, I'm glad that people are like trying to do stuff with exercise. But Jeff, you made such a good point that exercise is more of like a mental thing, and it's.
Yeah, and I'm glad you made that point, Doc, because we have these conversations sometimes in the commercial break. I'll challenge you about like physical exercise because I know for myself. When I work out and I don't want to and I accomplish that task, I feel better. I sleep better. Mentally, the kids don't bother me as much. My wife doesn't bother me as much. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's the same thing for everybody. But it's when I get that physical exertion out of my body, I feel accomplished. I feel like I did something. And mentally, I don't think you could get that from a pill.
And you know why, Jeff? Because our bodies were designed. They were evolved to move. They were evolved to be healthy. They were evolved to be not sitting at a computer all day long. So we need to replicate that, and there is no shortcut for that at all.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. So glad there's no pill for exercise. No, I'm kidding. I am glad to hear that. All right, let's switch gears here. Gwyneth Paltrow, one of my favorites. She is revealing that she is in the midst of perimenopause. Cool, and very transparent about it. She told People, quote, "I've been really trying to focus on having a very well-functioning gut and liver so that these excess hormones can be flushed out of the body and cause less symptoms." Is this a good idea? Again, she is not a doctor, and I always want to make that clear because she has given medical advice that has been seen to be unsound.
Honestly, I'm a little confused about what she's saying, and I think she's confused because she's talking about excess hormones. But menopause is the opposite. It's the lack of hormones. Our ovaries shut down and stop making estrogen. They stop making testosterone, and that's what causes us to have the symptoms. So I'm a proponent of gut health because I think your microbiome, which is the gut health, the bacteria in your gut, does affect your body and your health, but I don't think it has anything to do with her excess hormones, so I think she's a little confused. I do like the idea that she's raising the conversation about menopause because every woman in the world, ladies, every single woman you know, men, is gonna go through menopause.
Right.
And yet we don't talk about it.
Right.
We don't know what it is.
So I'm glad you're here because I have a lot of questions about it. And I'm glad Gwyneth Paltrow, I know you have your feelings about her.
Just
but
her advice.
I'm
Just
glad
her
that
advice
she
and her
put it
lifestyle.
on the table.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. So as someone who's 43, I want to know, when am I in perimenopause? Like, how do I even know? Like, how do I know if it's just hot in the room or I'm having these hot sweats, you know?
The biggest clues, Sam, are irregular periods.
Okay.
Shorter, longer, coming more frequent, coming less frequent, and hot flashes. And the hot flashes is not just one episode of feeling hot, but recurrently sort of soaking your sheets.
Okay.
Sweating to that extent that you're feeling hot.
So that hasn't happened yet?
Yes.
So when that happens, I know I'm in perimenopause.
You're starting it, yes.
Okay.
And it can take several years to make that transition. The average age is around 51 for women to hit menopause. There's a blood test that'll tell you if you're in menopause, but not just a single test. It has to sort of be elevated over time to really.
And that's something you should ask your doctor for
if you're starting to have symptoms.
But not Gwyneth Paltrow, right? Don't ask her? Okay, cool. Just letting you know.
GP.
DBL Nation. Be sure to follow Dr. Coley on social media at PyleColeyMD. Also, subscribe to her YouTube page for the latest science news and headlines. Thank you so much, Dr. Coley. Coming up on DBL with actor John Schneider, we're talking all about the tough loss in his life and how his late wife is still inspiring him daily. Plus, I want you all to think about this. Was life better pre-internet? We are looking back on what things used to be like before we were all glued to our phones.
Okay, so because we have Dr. Coley here, again, I feel like I know nothing about menopause.
None of us do, Sam.
Right, yeah, okay. So in perimenopause, how long does perimenopause happen before menopause happens?
Now, the important thing to know, ladies, is that menopause looks different for every single one of us.
Okay.
So for some of us,
confusing.
yes, we can quickly go into it. For some of us, it can take many years as our ovaries sort of slowly shut down. Some women will go into it and not even realize that they've gone into it because they have an IUD or something else in that doesn't tell them about their periods. So usually it's about a few months. By the time you've gone 12 months without a period, that's the definition of menopause.
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
and you want to make sure you're not pregnant, of course, because
Okay,
even during
right.
that period,
You can get pregnant.
Yeah.
What about if my mood
is shifting a lot.
You notice that?
Yeah. Is that a perimenopause situation, or is that more a maybe Tori needs to work something out?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
But I think it's more like, when we have our periods, our mood can shift.
Yeah.
So our mood shifts with our hormones. But if you're consistently noticing that you're more irritable, you're having more headaches, you're having trouble with sleep, you're having more, anger attacks, that can certainly be a sign of menopause.
What are things you can do really quickly to help those symptoms and even maybe prolong, like stop them?
Right.
Yeah.
Can you take a pill or estrogen?
So estrogen replacement therapy is not recommended for most women in the United States.
Because of breast cancer?
Lots of different reasons, heart attack, stroke risk, and what have you. But I think if you're having a lot of symptoms, talk to your doctor, because there are a lot of different things they can offer in terms of medication.
Okay.
To know.
Okay.
Welcome back. I have a question for you. This is going to be a fascinating conversation. Was life better before we had the internet and cell phones? The question is people divided. Some say life was better when we didn't know everything and we had the luxury of boredom. But a lot of people credit the internet for keeping us aware and informed. So what do you all think? Was life better without internet and phones? You have some factoids about this.
I do have some information. So number one, just so we understand the grand scape of things, 65% of American smartphone owners say the device has made their life better to varying degrees, okay? More than 8 in 10 Americans say they get news from digital devices. Now, as far as kids go, the benefit increases digital literacy, safety, meaning you can track your kid's location or you can find out if they're okay, if something were to happen, an emergency at school. And then finally, this is important that I did not think of, a resource for mental health and sexual gender identity questions if they don't feel comfortable going to their school, like in Florida, or one of their family members. The cons, really quickly, 58% of Americans said they use their cell phone too much. And also the whole psychological health effects, symptoms of depression, risk of obesity due to lack of activity, increased stress, poor sleep quality, and that is applied also those negatives to kids. And then on top of that, online bullying. So those are some things to think about.
Jeff, you've talked a lot of, I want to hear your take on this.
What do you think about this?
Well, I don't think it's black and white to me. You know what I mean? There's obviously some good things of the internet and some terrible things on the internet. You know what I mean? For me, life was easier when I didn't know so much, and some of it is misinformation, right? That's a big problem too that we don't discuss. But for me, I don't know, because you'd have to live one life with your phone and one life without your phone at different age. I just remember playing as a kid or going to college and then just talking to my friends on the way home. Hey, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna meet you Saturday at 7 o'clock right here. And you met them there 2 weeks later. Now there's 100 text messages exchanged explaining why I'm sick, I can't do this, I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like all that stuff. You know what I mean? Technology has gone a little bit too far for me.
Well, it's the byproduct of what do you use it for and what do most people actually use it for? As somebody whose kids live out of state, the communication, my mother's in South Carolina, my girlfriend is in Uruguay right now, and I'm FaceTiming her like I'm sitting in front of you guys. It's amazing. But on the flip side of that, I feel like it's also isolated us a lot more because you find your community, like it tells you, go engage people in your community. Well, a lot of people outside of your community have something to contribute to your mental well-being and your idea of the world. Everybody that looks at the world just like you is going to pigeonhole you, ironically, in one way of thought. And knowing people that have more money than you, less money than you, speak 3 languages, barely speak English, everybody has some kind of something to contribute, and the internet just walls you off.
And I think echo chambers you.
It stops you from having organic conversation, and I think that's the problem. That's how you used to meet your wife. Yeah. It's like, hey, do you know when this record's coming out? Oh, I'll walk you down there and see. That's how you met people, and now it's just like you fill out this chart for a person you want. So it's like you said, it's good and bad.
I think it's also interesting. Yeah, I think that's interesting. What everyone's saying is it's a double-edged sword, right? And the main thing I think is I can get every information I've ever wanted in my whole life, but I can also get all the wrong information. So for me, it's misinformation that has caused a lot of problems. As we're seeing in the wars, it's become part of it. It's as big as your armory. It's propaganda. So until misinformation is regulated, which I know you two have always kind of talked about, I think it's a little bit of a Wild West right now.
Well said.
Howdy. We'll be right back.
This year, sales of electric vehicles have soared. So for many of you, this could be your first winter driving a battery-powered car. And if you've ever tried to use your phone when it's cold out, you know batteries and freezing temperatures don't mix. One of our viewers, Martha, asked, do electric vehicles lose range, meaning the distance they can travel on a single battery charge in cold weather? So Martha, let's verify. Our sources are Consumer Reports, AAA, and 2 academic researchers who specialize in electric vehicles. Earlier this year, Consumer Reports released a study where they ran numerous EVs in different seasons, controlling for all variables but temperature. The study found that at 16 degrees Fahrenheit, the cars on average could only go about 3/4 of the distance they could travel at 65 degrees. A similar study by AAA a few years ago showed similar results. The cars back then actually performed even worse in cold weather. So we can verify, yes, electric vehicles lose range in cold weather. So why is that? The biggest reason is simply the need to keep the driver comfortable. Gas-powered cars generate heat by burning fuel, and that heat can just be pumped into the cabin. But EVs need to generate heat independently, meaning the battery now has 2 jobs in cold weather, propelling the car and heating the cabin.
Electric cars are way more efficient. Most of the energy is being used to move the car, and there's not so much excess heat that is being created. A little bit, but not much. So when we need to heat the cabin where we sit, we actually need to use more energy, and that lower the range of the car.
The good news, the loss of range shouldn't affect most drivers. On longer trips, you will need to recharge more often in cold weather, but for a daily commute, it shouldn't make much of a difference. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
The mysterious gift giver has struck again.
If you get busted with those toys, you're done. And you made me an accessory.
Well, you know what they say. Some accessories are required.
Am I smiling?
No.
Welcome back. That was the trailer for Jingle Smells, a new Christmas movie starring John Schneider. And earlier we spoke with him about the film and how his late wife still inspires him today. Take a look.
Please welcome TV legend John Schneider.
Yes. Hey. Yes, I am in a car. I am in a car, which is kind of how it worked out. But hey, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on here. This movie is so much fun. Because one of the things that it does that really isn't in that little trailer is the reason why there are toys for this particular Santa, who is my delinquent son, that I get a job in the sanitation department, and he smells, ergo, Jingle Smells. But the reason why he has all these toys to be able to distribute to the kids is because there's a wrestler that all of a sudden went crazy and became conservative and got canceled. So the toy company throws all the toys away, and my son finds them. So it's against cancel culture. It's a wonderful wake-up call to the woke, if you will.
We talk about cancel culture all the time on this show, so we get it. But are there any other holiday movies that you like to watch every year, kind of a tradition?
Well, you know, it's a good old Miracle on 34th Street.
Yes.
And of course, oh gosh, what is it? The Will Ferrell one that's so funny. Elf.
Oh yeah.
Call me an elf. Call me an elf one more time. But this has been a big year for me. You know, this has been a rough year, and I'm trying to make chicken salad out of it. Aww. So we have a book my bride and I did called In the Driver's Seat, that will help you if you've been diagnosed with cancer. It will help you. It will help your family get through it, put you in charge of what's going on, be the dog rather than the tail. Then I have a new tribute album I just did to her called We're Still Us, and this movie.
Well, we're very sorry about your loss. Is this album helping you through the grieving process?
It is. Writing it really helped me through the grieving process. I sat with some dear friends of mine in Nashville and gave them the truth, my truth, you know, how I was feeling, what grief feels like. Because people make a mistake. They think grief is like a lot of sorrow or big sorrow. Grief is an entirely different animal. And sadly, I've been put in charge, I guess, at least for this period of time, by God to help people navigate through it.
Wow. And John, she lives on, and you said something earlier that you called her your bride. That's something my grandfather used to call my grandmother his bride, and you can just tell the love that you and Alicia shared just by you speaking about her. I want to talk.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I know. I want to talk more about her book. How, in your opinion, I mean, it's called In the Driver's Seat, and it just came out, but it's about living with no regrets. How did she do that, and how does she still inspire you every day?
She absolutely did that, and in taking charge of her own diagnosis, which that sounds so simple, but most people don't. Most people, when someone in a white coat says you have cancer, most people shut off all of their defense mechanisms and just do as they're told. But I'm not saying anything bad against the cancer industry, but an oncologist has 1,000 patients, and you and your bride have one. Alicia Elaine Schneider was tough as a Waffle House steak. Okay, my bride was tough. And there are people now that I see every day that she came in contact with, and she helped them get in charge of their diagnosis. They're still here.
Wow.
So it's if you just give in, you'll give out. So don't do that.
You are so right.
John, you're trying to take care of everybody else. Make sure you take care of yourself too.
Amen to that.
Like, don't hold those tears back. We can see it in your face. You gotta let that out, bro.
So much love.
I've been there, man. So we're with you, man.
You can
I appreciate it.
Oh my God, John.
Yeah,
okay, to our viewers out there, DBL Nation, you can pick up John's new album, We're Still Us. You can also pick up Alicia's book, In the Driver's Seat, available now at johnschneiderstudios.com. And of course, check out John and Jingle Smells, available now on Rumble. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Merry Christmas. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you too. Hold on to those you love. Hold them tight.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
We'll be right back.
The latest update to iPhone software includes a feature called Name Drop. It allows people to share their contact information over Bluetooth. Law enforcement all over the country started sharing social media posts with similar language, warning that people could unknowingly share their personal information with the feature. But can someone use this feature to get your phone number or email without your permission? Let's verify. Our sources are Apple and the Bangor Police Department. Here's how it works, straight from Apple.
You can quickly share your contact info with others using Name Drop.
Apple says users can choose the specific contact information they want to share or not share. You'll be prompted to do so before any sharing occurs. Name Drop does not work with devices that are locked. You can also choose to only receive contact information without sharing your own. If the user does not tap either option to share or receive only, no contact information will be shared.
Party 1 has to choose to share it. Party 2 has to choose to accept it.
When you download the newest iPhone software, your phone automatically turns this feature on. The concern from law enforcement is people who are not tech savvy or simply not paying attention could share that info unknowingly. Bangor Police posted to dispel the misinformation.
Okay, I've heard this, but I'm going to have to find out, is this really true? Trust yet verify. We do the same thing. And don't believe what everybody says, because just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true.
Police also encourage parents to disable this feature on their kids' phones.
I really do think that if you've got kids, you need to be monitoring what they're doing on that phone, because they're going to get smarter than you real quick.
To turn off Name Drop, go into your settings, tap General, then tap AirDrop, then tap the switch button to turn Bringing Devices Together to off. So, can someone use Name Drop to get your phone number or email without your permission? No, that's false. You have to choose to share that info when using the feature. With your Verify, I'm Chris Costa.
A solution to dangerous streets and roads could be right underneath our feet. Let's connect the dots. According to a Johns Hopkins study, narrow driving lanes could save lives and the environment. The study found wider lanes increased the risk for accidents. 12-foot wide lanes had more wrecks than those with a width of 9 feet or less. Experts say this is because more room makes drivers believe they can increase their speed and drive a little less attentively. Narrower lanes also help the fight against environmental issues. Smaller lanes condense more drivers in less space, use less asphalt, and take up less land consumption. And while narrow roads can keep drivers safe, experts say that leftover space can be used as a buffer between cars and the bike lane. And that's connecting the dots.
Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Remember, it's the holidays. Check them out.
All right, Steph, what do you have for us today?
Hey, Jeff. Hey, DBL Nation. We are so excited to show off the deals today, and believe me, they are fabulous. So let's check everything out. This is just wonderful, Jeff. Check it out. It's the iHome AutoVac Eclipse robotic vacuum with mapping technology. So this deal includes one vacuum, a charging base, a remote, and an extra HEPA filter. Normally, this is $300. Today we've got this for $99.99. That's saving 67%. Look at this, I love this. This is the Winix Top Fill Ultrasonic Humidifier with a night light. So this doorbuster deal includes one humidifier. We've got it in white or grey. So we've got a crazy good deal on this amazing brand, but the doorbuster deals are always super popular. So you guys, there's a limit on these of 3 per customer. Normally they are $60 each, but we have got it for $15. That's saving 75%. Next up, we've got the Cuisinart programmable 5-cup electric kettle and percolator. This deal includes one kettle and percolator. This is such a great product. Quantities are very limited, so make sure you're quick on this because normally it's $130, but we've got it for $79.99. That is saving 38%. Moving on to our last thing today, we've got the gorgeous Laura Ashley Ladies Micro Suede Moccasins with a plush trim. So this deal includes one pair of slippers. We've got them available in this lovely pink or tan. You can get them in sizes small to XL. So normally these are $25. We have got them for $12. That's saving 52%.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even scan the QR code on your screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph.
We love sharing your comments. All right, Jennifer says, I don't know if life was better. There are pros and cons to everything, but it does need to be more regulated for kids. That seems to be the consensus with all of our different viewpoints and lenses is we can't just let it be this wild.
Because it is addictive, and I think a lot of people...
You're talking about life with phones and without phones.
I am so sorry I didn't mention that before.
In social media, it's addictive for adults, and it's, imagine if it's tough for us to put our phone down, and we're constantly having these withdrawals to pick up your phone and look, imagine what a teenager feels.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
yes,
and
agreed.
Megan said, we went outside and came back when it got dark. I remember that when the streetlights came on.
Oh,
Dinner!
I thought you were just making a general statement.
I like pie.
Okay.
Okay, bye guys. I'm so sorry.